Heck of a lot different than September. Last time I came out. I highly doubt there's going to be anything majorly historic out here. I could be terribly wrong though. Look at that. Used to be like that. Now it's like that. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out here. I don't know if the beaver's been cleaning up or they just wiped out a humongous log jam right here. What the heck has been going on out here? I gave up on this place many months ago. Last time I was out was about a month and a half before the good old World Series, when I found some great signs out here. I'll never find that ball. I'll never find that plastic ball. That was the final sign that they'll be knocking it out of the park in nearly every game. Judging by this kind of damage right here, or manipulation, naturipulation, judging by that, the ball is long gone. But what has been replaced out here in the past 5 months? Is there anything historic out here? Last couple things I collected out here in this area were 2 major pieces, besides 1 or 2 things that I even looked at. But those 2 things just happen to resemble axe heads. 1 for an adult, 1 for a child. 1 on one side, 1 on the other. 1, the colors of one team. The other, I guess, representative of another team. The tomahawks within the family out here. Fake or not, I'll still be looking for whatever it is out here. This is kind of a different anniversary. It is. 3 years ago, I made my first trip out here and laid my hands on some very nice items, which kept dragging me out. And then I kept seeing more and more. But I'm not talking about the human artifacts alone. I'm talking about other things. I don't know how long I'm going to stay here today. I'm hoping I'll have a blessed day for real, since it's been a very long time since I've been out here. Just give them time to kind of place things, move things around. Give us more hope. Especially for this year, 2022. Things are a little bit flat. The water's going to be frigid. Yeah, they're cold, all right. Yes, sir, they are. They are frigid. Yeah, they definitely came around that curve too fast. Did a little bit of landscaping. Hey, there's a piece of cobalt blue glass. Will not be collecting it unless it's about 6,433 years old. It's weird though, the way I have a feeling about this when it comes to recovery of the artifacts out here, wherever I go. All my little rinky-dink hot spots, whatever it may be, as short as they are, I'll give them a lot of my time out here. Let's pray that they'll give us a lot of their time, if you know what I mean. But the one thing I had a thought about when I was going through some of my most recent artifacts, my historical items, one of the thoughts that I had deep down inside when it comes to looking at them, it's almost like it pulls you in within the history that it holds. It's almost like it's disrespectful if you don't pick it up. It's almost as if it's majorly disrespectful if you don't cherish it. The ones that they leave out for you, so you never forget them. Think about it like that from now on and see where it leads you. If it's not going to be here, that's okay. But if it's there, it's almost like, as an American, to never forget them. You've got to pick it up. To know that they were always here, long ago. Let me go ahead and get started looking around. If I don't find it, I guess I'll find something else. It's beautiful out here though. It is. It's always been beautiful. Little country creek through here. There's some right here I need to take a look at. I know it's not a major thing, but if it's good enough to add to the art pieces in the... I know it's a piece of linoleum tile or something like that for a floor back in 1984. Yeah, let's go ahead and add it to the pocket. Let's hope it's not going to be the only thing that we recover today. Only thing human made so far. It's almost like I found something major in every single stretch, every little gravel bar in this entire creek, in this area, for a long time. Hasn't been like that for a long time, really. I want those days to come back, I really do. I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but it's just like the signs have already been found to lead us to one understanding, one truth that already happened back in fall. And that has already been done. I guess there are Braves fans out here. Piece of crockware, probably. No, it's a rock. Boy, I'm striking out today when it comes to the knowledge of what I see. Got another piece of white quartz. Could be a chopping device. Little hand scraper, whatever you call it. Probably not. No, it's nothing. Man. It's soft out here though. It really is. I don't know if that's a good sign for later or what. They just have to keep shoving it around until they leave the main ones on top. If we can see the edges in the corners. Is that some kind of tool? Too soft. You're going to say, but Da Vinci, hey, there should be something right there. It's on the curve. You probably have a good point in that. That looks like one right there, but it's not. Dang. Interesting. a weird looking rock right here. Heck yeah. Perfect geometry. Think I'll just leave it out here. Bam. Could have been part of something. Probably some ancient preform. Not going to take it. Why would I? It's just another rock. Same thing here. A lot of amateur pieces look like today. Even though I've only been here for about 25 minutes. Look at that edge on it. Definitely something. Definitely not keeping it. Well, I found this in the water. I'm not going to keep it. Bottom one. Whacked off at that angle. There's the bottom. Probably late archaic. Toss it back. But I know what you're going to say when you look at this. But Da Vinci, if that's what you choose to call me, if you don't find anything at all out here, you suck. That's why I'm afraid to look. I'm kind of straying away from that idea at the moment. Because if it's not here, it's not here. What else am I supposed to do? If it's not here, it's not here. Wasn't meant to be. Maybe next time. But I think I just found a gargantuan preform. It's got the ears on it too, I think. It's the working on it that caught my attention at an angle. Probably would never notice it if the sun wasn't out. It's got the sides to it. I don't know if I'll collect it though. There's the right wing right there. There's the left. Look at how they've been whacking on that thing. Let's go ahead and leave it. Can't add another giant non-finished piece to the collection. Look at the side on that though. Decisions. They just pulled it out of my hand. Hope I didn't hurt their feelings. Where did it go? I was trying to toss it back there, but now I can't even see it. It's invisible now. There it is right there. That's got to be it. Blends in with everything else perfectly. Find it 4,000 years from now when you're done with it. Let me get to looking in this thing right here. Well, there's a bucket handle. Man, what the heck? I know you're saying it. He didn't find anything. I found like 7 pieces at one perfect perspective. That was exactly what I was looking for. Ended up being nothing at all. 7 of them. How dare you say I'm not looking hard enough? I think I just looked at every single rock in here. Not a dang thing. Except the bucket handle. Go figure. I'm thinking about something though. Something I talked about in one of my last videos. that I made. When it came to this kind of detail, the things that happen, things that don't happen. When it comes to the desires, I don't know if it's good or bad if I have as many desires that I have. What would happen if I had less desires? Would I find more? Would I recover more? And I'm not talking about like bad desires. I'm talking about everything that you love, you like, that they know about. But how do they know about it? Well, should I even tell you this? You have to come out and talk. If you stay in the house all day, if you stay in your vehicle all day, if you stay in bed all day, they don't know what you like and what you don't. You're just going to live a normal human life and get the normal human things. But if you come out and talk and try to, I'm not going to say be like one of them, but just be a part of what they are out here, they will get to know you. Why is that significant though? Because this is what I started thinking about in the past recent months. Not a dang thing out here when there should have been at least 2. And we should have collected at least 3 or 4 by now. And I have in the past. I have in the past coming out here. It used to be one of my favorite hot spots. Used to roll out every single time with 3 or 4 intact pieces. Every single time I came out here. You talk about coming out here religiously. And it's been nothing for almost a year now. Like I told you about that detail before, about them focusing the energies of your desires. The things that revolve around your desires. The things that you know. The things that you love. The things that you want to make life fulfilling. But in a way, when you come out and you let them join in the game of life, they do get involved. So I was thinking about this. Not a dang thing where there should be at least 3. That must mean definitely that they're going to have something very significant for us tomorrow in our Goodwill treasure hunts. What if it's going to be a box of jewelry that's real? What if it's going to be, oops, my bad, tadpole, little fish, whatever. What if it's going to be another crate of art supplies that are going to have a little space full of money? What if it's going to be a bunch of signs for the future that help me learn about my own life and things to come? Only time can tell when I get there. Only time can tell when I start off tomorrow. But this is dang ridiculous. By the way, you're looking at the anniversary right here. Anniversary. First time out here 3.5 years ago, just about. Actually, it's February, about 3 or 4 years ago. Climbed down the bank right here. Never forget it, right there. Climbed down because I didn't know how to get in. And I stepped on an underwater gravel bar that was no more than about 3 inches deep underwater. Laid hands on 2 of them within a couple of feet of each other. Now look at it now. They do great things within time, for real. Right in here. 3 years ago, I found one that was about the size of my hand. A broken red and orange one. Whatever you call it, chert. Humongous. Had a ring to it when you thumped it with your finger. Had a broken tip. Was still almost the size of my hand with the broken tip, but I think I might have laid eyes on my first real one out here in a long time. I don't know what to say about it though. I don't know if I'll collect it. I don't know if that's one or not. It's got that shape. Is it flat? Well, it's amateur. What should I do? You're going to say, but you have to keep it now. Look, it's the bubble wrap quartz, which means they were pounding on it forever. It's disrespectful if we don't collect it because they worked so hard at making it. I bet they couldn't stand this bubble wrap stuff though. I bet they couldn't stand it at all. Not easy to, just flake off a few pieces. That is definitely one right there. I know it's kind of amateur. It might be the only one that I ever put my hands on today. It could be broken on the right hand side. Let me go ahead and add it to the pocket. First one in a long time. You talk about getting excited. This time next month, I'm going to have yellow dust in my throat. There's some right here in the water that's white all by itself. I bet it's just going to be a broken rock. Watch this. Gotta keep looking down. There might be one the size of my neck. I don't think I'll be doing this in the thick of summer. Well, I still would be. Yeah, it's just a broken piece of quartz, dang it. Cool though. Maybe I dropped it there last time I was here. Good try, good try. Keep trying. Jeez. If it's not here, it's not here. But it might be someplace else. Let me go ahead and set the jug down for something real quick. It's right there and you'll never see it. It's propped up. I can't just like lose my spot. Dang, look at that. Let's hope I didn't lose it though. But here's what I found back there. It was nothing at all. I think I'll just toss it back in there. A broken knife or some kind of little preform right here. That's exactly what it is. Toss it back. But this thing right here, let me go backwards so I don't miss it. It's very easy to miss. It could just be a broken rock, but it's propped up the way I usually find them sometimes out here. I was looking at that one first until I noticed that at an angle. I see a bottom on it though. I can't tell. Yes, an amateur one. Add it to the pocket. Look at that thing. Extremely amateur. Nothing to complain about though. But you know what? That could be a bottom. But let's just go ahead and mark it off as a top, because that is the bottom right there. Good eye, good eye. Add it to the pocket. Very amateur. Nothing wrong with collecting the amateur ones, as long as they're intact. Tells you about the way they made them and stuff like that. Human nature out here. The quality of craft or lack thereof. The sun helped us see that one. This might be the find of the day right here. Talk about treasure. Something's missing from that spot. Just a rock. But not just any rock. Always looking out for these things. Never found one like this out here before. Let me go ahead and wash off the treasure piece for the moment and let you get a load of this hunk of jewelry. You can believe I'm adding this thing to the stash. First one of 2022, right up in here. Look at the terminated crystals on that side. Quite the jewel right here. Going to fill up half a pocket. One side has it all. The other side has nothing. Great recovery in this thing. First one of 2022. Thanks for the treasure. One's real. One's not. You know what? I'm definitely going to have to add this to the pocket too. Might be too good to be true. I don't know until I get it home to study it. Might have another break me off something hammer. I can't tell if that's natural or made by the humans. One pocket filled up. Might definitely be something here. You know there's going to be more. Absolutely crazy, one of a kind right here. Spent 30 minutes looking in every single location. I've never understood this out here, never have. All the years coming out and looking in here. Can't understand why some of the most significant history is never held out here. And the water flows right over it. Entirely flows right over it. 3.5, 4 years in the making. Not one single item of historical significance. You're probably saying, but Vinci, we know you got something in your hand. I do, but it's not anything really. I just got to take a look at it later. Just a triangle. But it could be one of their amateur injuring devices out here. So far, the first two pieces I collected were amateur. I guess they just grabbed everything they could. Could be nothing at all. But there's something I'm standing right on top. I think I found our first diamond out here. Too big to add to the pocket. I always find a lot of these out here. Part of the cube, of course, there's this famous X right in the middle. I mean, right below it. Leave it out here. Still waiting on the better ones. But I think I might have found my first immaculate finger pointer rock of the day. Don't know until I take a look at it, though. Treasure pointer rock. Could be wrong, could just be a broken rock that's not even what I think it is. Dang. Well, half the hand is missing. So I've recovered as another big rock for the pocket. Let me go ahead and hold on to it for a little while until the real things start to come through. Not bad. Nope. I know what they want me to talk about though. The ones out here that you keep questioning. Who are you talking about they? Just the ones who are inhabiting the earth. The ones who are the earth in a different way. They like it when I talk out here. They give me great things. Man, could you imagine what might be in here? Oh, could you imagine what's going to be in that gravel bar up there? Let's pray that I set it forward. Could you imagine what is in that gravel bar up there? Dang, I know what they want me to talk about though. I started off the video talking about it and I just lost track of time and everything else by trying to find the time out here. Trying to find the ancient pieces. The time that it holds by using the time that I get in life. But they want me to talk about going backwards. On my beliefs, that is, when it comes to going backwards in life. Something that you can't do. I know what they want me to talk about. Something that only they can do. Well, in a different way, that is. I got to get ready to talk about it. Might take a few minutes, might take an hour. You know how my Da Vinci style videos are? They're not the shortest things in history. They're not. But there's a truth that I've always known when it comes to going backwards in life. But it's not going backwards, it's the desire to. And they just let me see what I need to talk about today by helping me collect that photograph. One of the things I love so much is going backwards in time with the use of photographs, photography. Everything involved with it. Capturing the past, capturing the present. That is. And using it to go into the past, look into the past. Never really told you about this before. I have to tell you a little bit later. Today, hopefully. In the meantime, let me go ahead and keep looking. Maybe they'll let me find it if I did say something. Why the heck am I going so slow today? It's not like I have till 9 o'clock in the summertime. I only have till about 6:30, maybe 6:39 before it gets really dark out here. I still have a few hours, but I was hoping to clean up some mess out here. I got 3 gigantic industrial, I think they're 45 gallons or 50-gallon garbage bags that you get at Home Depot. I got 3 of those in my pockets. So basically those are filling up the pockets at the moment. I kind of was thinking that I'd only come up and find and recover some small pieces, and that was it. But it's weird how it goes backwards with it. So far everything I've laid my hands on has been, chunky. Except for the smaller pieces, the tiny pieces. Yeah, but that's not a bad can. Look at that. They did it right on this one. Even has some gold in it. Yeah. I told you I wasn't going to collect the cans anymore, but this one, I told you if they were perfect in their own right, in a different way, then I would add it to the pocket, not overwhelm the smashed can art pieces. I already have a whole entire crate, treasure chest full of them. Man, it's getting more difficult to find it out here, though. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but Da Vinci, come on now. Come on. You're the one who's finding all the artifacts when they come through. And it takes them quite a bit of time to replace them all, to replenish them. You're the one who's collecting them. So therefore, the reason you're not collecting them, you're not finding them, is because you're the one who's picking them up. I know that. So if they don't do a hardcore rust through here and lay it out, and I come back again and it's not here. But I collected the previous ones. It's almost like a game of how to keep going. Just keep on going with it. How did I ever become so spiritual, though? I don't understand what happened to me. I used to never be like this. I used to be a normal human being. Just a normal dude. That was it. Went to the gym, played baseball, worked a lot of hours. That's what I did. And then in one single moment in time, back in like 2006, 2007, probably 2004, when things just started developing in my body. I know you can laugh the way that sounds. Within my body. Everything else, the mind, the soul, everything started developing. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I keep asking him that question. The only things I got was you took down a devil, that kind of thing, and something else. But maybe what I'm thinking is that the way I ended up being at a certain point in time was meant to be at that time. It was almost like they were just giving me a chance to be a kid and be young. And just let me do my thing, as they were always hanging around me, watching me. All the EVPs I got. Thank the Lord for today's technologies. Have they ever changed my life? Definitely changed my life. In a good way. By using it for something else. And not the way you use it. I chose to investigate and try to use it differently. But it's almost as if they were just allowing me to be a kid. Be someone who's young. To grow up out here. And go through the challenges of life. And then everything else is supposed to fall into place. That had to be it. That's got to be it. Dang. But I know you want me to go ahead and start talking about that going back in time. I had this idea many months ago about all the things that we do in life. The things that start off. The things, how they develop in our own lives. The things that you do, the decisions that you make. You can't go back on them. because what's set in the foundation, what's set in stone, via what you do. Maybe it's a single motion that you create within your body to make something happen. Creates a different kind of motion within your life that you can't always go back on. And I kind of knew about this from the past. I did. That's why I never talk about trying to go, back in time. How I don't have the desire to go back in time to try to fix things when it comes to this life. But maybe when you come back later and you discover what happened in the past, maybe you can fix it, but you can't go back in time to fix it. You got to fix it in the now. Repair what was done in the past. There's always a way around it to do it right. But you can't go back in time. If you desire to go back in time, I came up with this idea many years ago. But if you desire to go back in time, you're just wishing for an untimely death. That's exactly what it is. You got to be thankful for where you are right now. No matter how old or how young you are, what you've done in life. You are living in the now. You are surviving. Even if you're not feeling well. Even if your body's not doing good. Even if you have perfect health. No matter how old you are. It's as if you got to wake up every single morning and be thankful that you awoke. That you're doing things. That you're living. That you're alive. Dang, another terminated crystal. Half-assed, but that's okay. Add it to the pocket. A different kind of 10,000 years old on that one. Beautiful. Just like right now, I need to be thankful that I'm able to bend over and touch something that was created. That was used. That is now in my pocket. Gotta be thankful for where you are right now. That you are living. Because if you choose to go backwards, and want to go back in time to redo something, I know 95% of the human race out there says to themselves, I wish I could go back in time and redo all this and all that. You should be happy for where you are. Alive. The base foundation of it. Living. Life. You can always build upon that. The best foundation ever in existence is life itself. You build upon the life that you have. You build upon the life that you're living at that moment. Right now. You build upon it. Don't look to go backwards because you're looking for an untimely death. A premature death. Because what's the opposite of living? What's the opposite of life? Everything is guided by a single decision. Every single day. Like my decision to come out here. What's going to happen when I walk out here? What's going to happen when I drive down the road? What's going to happen when I choose the left lane instead of the right lane? What's going to happen? Even driving down the road, stopping at the gas station, get a gallon of water. I should be thankful that I'm sitting in that parking lot. Should be thankful the second I even open up that door. Should be thankful for walking out. Until that timely death. Until that time that you're gone. That time that you're taken. You just got to be thankful for it. People don't understand that though. Some people might. But everybody just wants to keep going backwards in time. To redo everything. Nothing is perfect. You can't go back to make it perfect. Because like I said, when you go back, The only option is to die, is death, an untimely premature death. Because all those decisions that you made in your life to lead you to the moment that you're living now, the very single moment that you're living now, in which you're living, playing video games, sitting on the couch, driving down the road, as time continues on, in which you're a part of. Dang. I only wish you could see it like that. Life would be different if you did. You always keep wanting to retrace the steps backwards, the puzzle pieces of life, in this life. To redo something and do what? Change it, make it better? That one single moment that you go back in time to redo something can create doom in your life. And you wouldn't be where you are now, being thankful for it. I know it has to do with everybody else within your life, the people you're involved with too. It's not just you. It's not all about you in that case. In many respects, a lot of times when people say they want to go back in time to redo something, it's because, what? It involves not only their life, but somebody else's. The girl that they met, the wife, the kids, the cars that they drive, the jobs that they have. The time they took that airplane flight. And ended up crashing on the freeway. One single decision. You're probably just going to say, but Vinci, all you got to do is just not make decisions. That is 100% impossible. Literally impossible. Human life is all about decisions. That's why you're here. You can make a decision. Fake. You are able to make decisions, much like nature is. Like animals. Every part of nature is able to make some kind of decision. Where to fly. Where to run. Where to walk. What to eat. Let's just pray it's not going to be your last decision. Nearly impossible. Nearly impossible not to have anything historic out here. That treasure is definitely going to be at the Goodwills tomorrow. Most definitely it's going to be at the Goodwills tomorrow. You're going to say, but Vinci, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave if that's the case? Dang, is that amateur or what? Has it ever been such rubbed off? You talk about a rubbed off piece. Last thing I collected out here was a masterpiece. Hot summer day. Last spring, I think it was. Came out here, shot in the dark. After work, and it started raining on me. And I found it, crammed up in here. Nice, humongous piece, fully intact black cherub. Instead, I'm picking up the garbage. Instead, I wonder what's going to be on the other side. And I'm not even done in here yet. Might be a giant red one sitting right on top. Orange one, black one, purple one. white one, granite one. At least I found some kind of treasure today. Most definitely. Oh, there's a red one right there. No, not speak of the devil. Never say that. Thankful that we saw it, even though it's not exactly what I need to be adding to the pocket. Dang. I was hoping they were going to hand me a piece after saying that. After saying some kind of truth today. Wonder if it's coming later. Later today, that is. Yeah. I was just about to slip up and say I wish I could go back in time and relive those moments that I was out here and found the most significant. All those different times. But why would I? Because that means I end up making a different decision later on. The days that follow, the weeks that follow, everything is redone. And bad things can happen. Will happen. So do I wish I could go back in time out here to relive those moments and collect the most significant? To relive those moments of time within my life. But that time is now still. I'm doing the same thing that I did when I was out here in the past. And the good things will still be collected. If not today, in the future. Because the past has already been collected. And I'm thankful for that. Not a dang thing. And I'm definitely okay with that, because it's a sign that time is perfect. Last thing I want to be doing is being stuck in one single moment in time. I guess what that means is if that were to happen, that means life is over. You know what, I just had a thought about something while looking at this, trying to study this. What if what we find out there in the banks, what we think is a burn layer, what if it's nothing more than the tree rotting, dripping over time? And it gets covered up. That's looking like a burn layer over time. Quite possible. Looks like that's another idea to add to the notes. Looks like that's going to be the last thing I'm going to add to the pocket right here before I head on to the other side, because it's quite possible there's going to be other things on the other side besides a bunch of garbage. Don't know until I go. See you on the other side. Beautiful place. Always love coming out here whenever I'm able to make it. Oh, a piece of art to add to the pocket. Predator. Just kidding. Nothing like that natural art out here, really though. Another big piece for the pocket. If it's not too nasty, that is. Yeah, it's got some torn up spots on it. Let me go ahead and leave it out here. Glorious location. There's something about it though. This is where I found the ball last time I was here. Back before the World Series. When I was trying to just gather the ideas about the prayer and the prediction that I made out here. I know you think it's a joke. In the beginning, I kind of did too. I just said it, and I started doing things. Right here is where I made the prediction. When I found that little blue folder that had the little leaf with a stick, looked exactly like a tomahawk out here. And then I found the little, the axe heads, that kind of thing. A lot of other things out here that pointed to the direction of what I needed to do to make something happen. But I always knew it. I always knew it. That's why I always come out here. Because ever since I found that first rock that had the perfect X, X marks the spot with the treasure, I knew I had to keep coming back. But there's always a lot of truth out here in this one little creek. Always a bit of truth out here in every single thing that I look at. The things that I always kind of knew. It's almost like it's really Da Vinci's world out here. In this one little creek. And it's always abundant everywhere I look. It's like the layers being stacked up to create something. To create a moment in time, but also create many things, a different kind of foundation. Just start stacking it up to create a moment, which I did back in January 2020. When I started creating that moment, that one image. Took a whole bunch of Braves players, a bunch of symbols, a bunch of emotions, of victory, and just started angling things on an image and using two sacred geometries to create a sacred moment in history. Talk about a different kind of Photoshop. What a glorious place indeed. If only I could live out here for eternity. But the truth is always out in nature anyway. They just give you the signs on how to follow. If you're willing to follow it, that is. Maybe you can create your own moment in life, your own moments in life, by using the most sacred of the sacred, just the same as they do. Wonder where that ball is, that beach ball, that baseball beach ball. That was tangled up in the roots out here. I guarantee it's long gone for real. What a bummer. Should have grabbed it when I had the chance. Would have gone perfectly with my little collage of Braves baseball prediction. But the question is, was it a prediction? Or was it something that I made happen? 19 seconds later. Oh no, I'm slipping on the slippery rocks. Dang. Amateur all day. At least I'm a professional at many other things, if you catch my drift. Beautiful. I'm looking for toys. I know, what a joke indeed. I kind of thought it was a joke at first. I just did something. That's it. I just did something with my belief system and created something, and I don't know if it's what I did is right. But I'll tell you one thing though, I never saw, I never witnessed a World Series parade that went by so quickly as they did. The heck were they thinking? You're supposed to go old school, like driving Miss Daisy. You don't speed through heaven that quickly after winning such a perfect thing, a perfect game. But that's on them though. Maybe we'll do it slowly next time we win. Leave it. It's just a sign. But I know you think it's a joke. I think it is too. Just doing stuff. That's all I did. Was just do something. Should have taken all those little signs out of here besides the X heads. Could have been a great collection to tell the story about truth in the future, that is. But you talk about the past, I'm talking about the past now when it comes to the history of the Braves winning that World Series. But I know what I was talking about, not yesterday, but earlier today. It seemed like yesterday. That's crazy. It just makes me feel like that because it got cloudy. Darker than you know what out here now. But I know you get offended with 95% of the stuff that I talk about in my videos. Even if you don't get offended, you think backwards on it. Like when I was talking about you shouldn't desire to go backwards in your history of your own life. You shouldn't desire to go back in time. Just go through the photographs and look at everything and just realize that is what your life is. That you should be thankful for the time that you're living in. That you are alive. No matter what you're doing, that you're living. Your heart is pumping. You are alive. You are life. But you're just going to say, but hey, Da Vinci, you can always wish to go back in time. Like the time when I slipped in a creek and snapped my left ankle, but I kept going. Kept going. Wish I can go back in time to take that moment back. No, I do not. It just helped me get stronger, be stronger. But you're going to argue the fact that why don't you wish to go back in time so you can quit drinking when you're younger? That's the point I'm trying to make. That you should not desire to do that. How so? Why? Because it changes the course of your history. Which can in turn cause you to lose your life a lot quicker. Because what if I desire to go back in time to stop drinking, to never drink heavily when I was younger, to help keep the body healthier? Everything else changes from that point on. Different decisions are made. Your whole life changes by just one single decision. Like all the times that I went out to buy beer, all the times I went to the clubs, all the times I went out with my friends, all the times that I did something else that involved that one little hobby, that desire of drinking alcohol. That's when everything changes. Because that decision to drink actually probably kept me alive. Because look what I'm doing now. I'm alive now. Out here in heaven, making videos. Not wishing to go back in time to change my life. But if I did, it would change everything. I'll be driving down a different road, doing something different that could possibly cause me to lose my life. Man, life is great. It really is. I thought I saw something that looked like it was floating. Might as well pick up everything that looks majorly amateur today, because all the amateur pieces end up to be the real deal. Hold on, that's deep. Gotta roll up the sleeves real quickly. No, screw it, just get it. It's just a rock. Gotta take that risk. Dang. At least it's not 33 degrees out here. It's like 66. When they forecasted it to be like 53 all day. I'm kind of breaking a little bit of a sweat because I have the heavy thing on today. But do I wish to go back in time to take the jacket off? Do I wish to go back in time not to come out today and go to Goodwill instead? Look for the treasures at Goodwill? No, I don't. All those little decisions, everything that you see that develops in front of your history, right in front of you, the times that you're driving down the road, the times that you're walking down the stairs, the times that you're doing anything else in life, and you're looking towards the future right in front of you as you're moving through time itself. You're creating your own time. Man. But all those times that you witness the things that have happened before or even after, and you make it through. Man, there's so many different times that I've witnessed an accident that happened right after I went through a location and realized if there was a minor decision, a minor glitch in the matrix, as my friend and I used to talk about. We used to always talk about the matrix all the time. Glitch in the matrix. But out of all those times that were near misses, I'm thankful for that never happened. All those times that I could have lost my life based on another decision. And it turned out that the decisions I made ended up being the right decisions, even when I didn't know it. Nothing at all out here historic. Just a bunch of craziness, really. Let me keep looking around. Not too much longer before I get on out of here. I don't know why I'm looking in here. I've always sucked in this one. Really, though. Well, the rocks are too flat. Things just fly right over them. Especially all the lighter material. I just collect the perfect triangles. I used to anyway. But I always try to collect the perfect X's within the rock. The rocks that have the perfect X's right in the middle of them. I've only collected about 4 or 5 out here. But they are flawless. And I have them sitting on tables within the studio. The center of it all. Wonder who keeps saying Yahweh in my videos though. They say Yahweh a lot. Yahweh. The God. Help the God. I was listening to one of my videos the other night. While I was trying to make it in the process. I still haven't finished it yet. It's been taking forever to make it. And it's only like 20 minutes long. When I made that crazy little... No, it's just a piece of wood. Very nice indeed. Look at that. Caught me off guard. It kind of scared me. I actually thought it was some kind of part of a skeleton or something. You want to say, did Vinci take it? Nah. It's broken. Besides, my wood collection is quite heavy. takes up 3 crates. But anyway, I was making this video, and I swear, I tell you what, they probably said the word Yahweh at least 4 or 5 times. It was that video that I made when I took all those body parts and stuff like the heads and all other things and just placed them on top of the ancient coral. The most ancient of the ancient. Thinking it was, Baal. I was just thinking about one idea that I had, because that's what Baal represents. Baal, whatever you call it. That demon thing. And I was just sitting there thinking that it's possible that that being is not really bad. It's just the all-living. You just might have it wrong. And maybe they were saying Yahweh because that is who Yahweh is. The all-living. The soul of the life out here in the universe is what Yahweh is. I'm still trying to figure that out. Why do you think I talk about it so much in my video? Why the heck am I not finding the things up in here? 5 months is a long time to come out. To look at the same rocks as always. Yahweh. Dang, what a beautiful rock right here. Oops, of course I believe in Yahweh. Believe in all of them. There's this out here to try to point you to the truth, but who are they? The ones that say Yahweh a lot. Oh man, I just had an idea about this. Dang, look at that. I need to start stacking up on the rocks to use for my art. That is the perfect piece. Something can definitely go right up here on the top, the apex. Well, the bottom is not really perfectly flat. But that's definitely a nice piece right there. Maybe I'll just add things to the bottom to try to level it off. That is definitely a nice piece right here. Sorry I keep going on these little tangents when I find something ridiculously impeccable. But I haven't had a chance to find out who are the ones that say Yahweh a lot. I don't even know what religion follows Yahweh. Is it Jewish? Or is it many others? Really doesn't matter to me much because I'm part of everything though. Part of everything. Combined into one single body, that is the body of myself. We are at the end of it. What a bummer. Dang it. Wonder where they all at. They're all at, excuse me. I just saw something that struck my interest. It's a nice one. A lot of nice ones out here all over the place, really. So far I've found every single perfect geometry out here that I can think of. Rectangle, square, circle, triangle. It's almost like that's the only thing I end up finding out here every time I come out here now. But they know I'm looking for it. Check this out. I just found a fingernail, I think. It was right there. I thought it was like a shell for a bug or something like that, like a beetle, until I flipped it over. Actually, it's not. What the heck is that thing? I thought that was a fingernail. It's a little painting. That's weird. It's too soft to be a... Yeah, it's just part of a bug, I think. I don't know, but it looks natural. Probably a casing for some kind of seed or something like that. Look at that. Yes, piece of wood. Most definitely, it's a piece of a seed or something like that. Imagine me zooming in on that masterpiece right there. Add it to the fragile pocket so it doesn't get crushed. Perfect. You already know what time it is. Nothing like a little bit of a workout. Trying to help some trees of life. Another crazy A video. It's going to take them some time to heal. For real though. No go in the spring and summer. But no worries. They'll be gone by then. Let's hope that they replace it with something else. They're starting to make me find things at the beginning of the evening, that is. Dang. Pockets are getting fat. Wonder if I would have collected more if I didn't have the garbage bags in them that I haven't even used yet. Could be wrong. Dang. Beautiful piece in this one. But I think I have a heartbreaker behind me. I'm going to have to leave it out here if it is what I think it is. I saw an edge on something. Man, like Heartbreaker Relics. If you haven't seen their perfect little videos, go ahead and take a look at them. I think the entire top and bottom is missing. Maybe everything is missing. Dang. Toss it back. Better luck next time. At least I got a nice piece of metal. Go ahead and grab it. Made a giant discovery when something fell out of the pocket. Check this out. Well, gotta hit it right. Check this out. Definitely adding this thing to the stash, the pocket, or whatever you call my studio. It's got a saying on it. Wristband, I don't know. Probably some award. Let me wash it off to see what it says. Looked like it had some kind of good philosophy on it. Looks as if we have a tool. Don't know if I'm going to collect it or not. Probably some kind of blade or something. Yeah, let me go ahead and add it to the pocket. Might be the last thing I recover today that's historic. Cool. Got another game piece right here. It's probably sitting upside down and bust the tip on it. Actually, it's intact. Maybe the top left is busted off. You know what? Yeah, it's busted. Real nice though. Thanks for that one. Headed on out of here. back to the studio. Looks like it's going to be art the rest of the way. Dang, that one's going to be nice. Add him to the pocket. See you back at the studio to go over what we recovered today. Most definitely. See you then. Whatever you do, don't step right there. You'll go up to the waist. Won't be to get out. I'm trying to take a look at something. Something I find interesting. Look how organized this is right here. Hold on. I'm trying to be careful. I can still smell the fresh cut wood. Look how pretty that is. Imagine if you took a bunch of those, which I'm not. Imagine if you collected a bunch of those and just lined them up. Gave them a chance to dry and you stained it. Imagine how much the teeth marks, the patterns, will stand out. I know you're going to say, but Da Vinci, somebody's already done that. Everything you talk about, someone's already done. Ain't that the truth? Welcome to your future, where everything's already been thought of. Man. See you back at the studio. But you know what? Before I go, I don't get it though. How come the beavers never get it? What do I mean? How come they never get it? They always build beaver dams, trying to build the foundation in places that they're always wiped out. I guess that's part of what they're missing in their minds. I guess wherever they see water, they just want to build. They just don't have a concept of time and what comes later. What would it be like if they did? Weird. Another light day today. Not much history, but let me go ahead and empty out the bag to show you what I did collect today. Interesting nonetheless. Wasn't that bad of a day, really, if you look at it. A lot of cool things recovered. Things that actually still work. I don't know if 2022 is going to be a year for the signs or not, instead of a year for the artifacts or the major things. But I guess you can say these things are very major. A lot of cool art pieces. I always try to keep a lookout for those things right there. Just got the garbage out of there. Got to hang on to this one though. It's got the X right in the middle. The fold, the seams. Nice looking piece. Things have been erased and replaced with something else. You should keep a lookout for this kind of stuff too. Most definitely. X marks the spot. My favorite. Even had the gold out there too. Go nice with that flat piece I'm making. Where'd this come from? Publix back in 1986? Publix wasn't even in Georgia in 1986. It didn't move here until like 1991 or something like that. 92. Yeah, cool. Bunch of garbage right there. Keep the gold though. Definitely keep the gold. I tried to grab as much as I could. Could have been a balloon. It's got earthen tones and everything, but that's the garbage. But this thing, still works. You're going to say, but Da Vinci, definitely hold on to that. Different kind of game ball. How the heck did this end up out there? Because they knew I'd see it. They know how I feel about something like this. Yep. Not afraid to be by myself. Do my own little thing. And that speaks the truth. Mm-hmm. Pair of scissors still work. Not really good will quality, but they still work. That's the most important thing. Look at that. Yeah, the way I always do it, or used to do it, before I started collecting those things. Let's hope our next trio of life is going to be larger than that, around the circumference, around the waist. 112 inches is not long enough. How about 212 inches? Yep. Metal, plastic pieces, linoleum tiles, aluminum cans. Hopefully this is not a sign for destruction. I'm waiting, making sure they don't say anything, because it seems like that kind of day. Cult of individuality. Nothing but smashed stuff, broken stuff, pieces of the pot, lost history, broken civilizations, things torn apart, all guided by the waters of eternity. And a few other things, that is. Man. Wonder if they're trying to tell us there's dinosaur bones out there. That'll be a world-renowned find if we found it. Looks like they're missing an arm. We're going to have to track it down later. Impossible. Well, the hand, I guess. The paw. I always get scared when I come across dinosaurs out there, when I'm looking for the signs of time. You know, like the continents and stuff. Not really Da Vinci's world. Just a world from the distant past. Yeah. Cool. Got the points right here. Scraping device. Ancient civilizations. Leaving things behind for us to cherish forever. Where's the written language? Where are the faces? Well, I know what the faces are. I mean, the drawn faces. They could still be out there in the rocks. Got a giant preform right here. Look at the size of this thing. I don't know if that's a hammer or if that's a preform. That's what gets me about this when I first picked it up. It's worked on both sides. It's been sitting out there for a while. Look at that. But the thing is, it's made of quartz, which is kind of fragile. So if you use this as some kind of hammer, some kind of napping device, don't know. Could just be preformed for a Lord's point that never got made. This thing is covered up, for real. Might take 3 months just to clean it off. Definitely an artifact right here. But just don't know if it's a hammer or if it's a normal preform. Definitely something for real, just like this. Beautiful object. Last but not least, like a diamond in the rough. Usually find this kind of rock in other places. Normally don't find it out there. They cut me bright this time, because I think they knew my desires from the get-go. They knew about the place I really wanted to go. But this one ended up being it. Covered on all sides. Will definitely make Mama proud. She'll definitely be fighting for this thing. Cool. Hope you enjoyed the adventure. It's going to be 30,000 times better next time. Let's pray for that, shall we? See you later.